Okay, so we're going to begin with a prologue flashback, which my plan is, I got quite a fair amount of text here, so I'm just going to either blitz through this, but if you want to interject at any point to kind of add on to any of the scenes or insert some dialogue, feel free to.
I'll hang on to every word.
Okay, so it is the year 2020. You are 11 years old. We are in your childhood home. You are in Rockledge in the suburbs. You are in the living room at the table. You're doing your social studies homework and you're learning about ancient Egyptian mythology. And, you know, you're reading the ancient Egyptians postulated 7 souls. Top soul and the first to leave at the moment of death is Ren, the secret name. This corresponds to your director. He directs the film of your life from conception to death. The secret name is the title of your film. When you die, that's when Ren came in. And then, you know, you're writing your homework and everything, and then you hear like a screaming and a crash coming from your bedroom that you share with your evil stepbrother that you hate, that your parents like just adore over you. He's a year older than you.
He sucks.
Yeah, he's actually the worst. His name is Jackson. You hear like coming from the TV speakers like, game over, you suck. He's playing a Tellus entertainment game, Drunk on Violence 2, Kent State. You open the door and you see he's like tears streaming down his face. He's just like thrown the controller at the wall and it's like just half inside this drywall now. He's holding your pet bearded dragon, Falcor, and you open the door just in time to see him smash the dragon on the ground. You know, I know, truly the worst. Your dad like sees all this going down and he's like, oh, Jesus, Sid, come on. Which I think this is actually the first time we've ever said your character's name. But he's like, oh, Jesus, Sid, you know that when your brother is playing his games, you have to take your dragon out of the room. You know he's gonna do stuff like this.
How do you succeed in the world of business if this is your attitude towards your children, you prick?
You get a text from your best friend, Brian Stevenson, and he's like, hey, are we still on for that sleepover at my place tonight? And you know, obviously like wanting to basically run away from home at this point, your character agrees and you go over there and you guys like hang out and you're like in his bedroom and he's like, hey, check this out, and he like shows you this like telescope and you look through it and you know it's nighttime now and you see this bluish gray rock in the sky and he's saying,
the moon?
No, it's shimmering. It's like got almost a glitter effect to it. This is Mercury. He tells you like, yeah, look, it's in retrograde. It's got this like optical illusion going on where it looks like it's moving in the opposite direction of the Earth. And then,
at that point, I roll my eyes and start fucking with him by insisting that it's the Lochnar from Heavy Metal, the evil magic rock.
And then, you know, it like is like mom knocks on the door and it's like, all right, kiddies, it's time to go to bed. Good night, sleep tight. And then, you know, you guys like go to bed and he's like, hey, wait, I actually got something else that I want to show you. And, you know, he like ties up bed sheets and you guys like sneak out the bedroom window and you guys make your way to Fairmount Park in the middle of the night and you sneak into what looks like an abandoned mine shaft. It has like a little plaque.
We went from, how old are we when we went from Rockledge to Fairmount Park?
So you guys go to bed at maybe like 8 p.m. or whatever. The trains are still running.
So we're like very young. Okay.
Yeah, you're maybe like 11 or something, but you're definitely like on the delinquent side of childhood behavior, I would say. Yeah, you sneak out, you go to this place, and you see there's like a little plaque, and it reads like Kelpius Cave, he goes into his backpack, your friend, and he takes out a dish and he takes out some bottles, one of like honey and one of milk, and he pours it out. He like slides it into the cave, and he's like, hey, just wait. And then like cracks in the rocks begin to reposition themselves and reform, and then a little fellow comes out of what looks like a door that is formed and opens, and he's got like pointy ears, and he's like a portly little 3-foot tall fellow, and he saunters up to the dish and he takes out like a sack of crackers and begins dipping them and eating them, and he's like, hey, come on, follow me, and he like grabs you and runs into the door while it's still open, and you see inside is a picturesque, bucolic, beautiful meadow, and there's lush greenery and flowers, and there's butterflies and sunshine, and there's a little goat man playing a pan flute on a cushion, and little pointed eared fellows hold hands and dance in a circle. You're very terrified at first, but Brian reassures you that this is but a dream and that you won't remember anything and just to have fun. And you have some hesitation, but after a while, they play tag with you when you dance and have fun with all the little fairy creatures. And after a while, you're able to see that your friend Brian even has pointed ears himself, something that you never saw on him before.
They always say that the camps in Fairmount Park are terrible and need to get cleared out by the police, but this doesn't seem so bad at all.
Oh, well, just hold that thought. And you guys, you're next to a lake with a waterfall, and like a mermaid swims up and has like an amulet, a necklace, and like puts it around your neck, and we see your pentangle that your character has. You guys continue to play. The mermaid giggles and laughs, and then out of nowhere, an ominous fog, a cloud of smoke, then beams of synchronized light start bursting out of this cloud, and then a dozen men march out wearing yellow hazmat suits. They have these chrome Tommy guns covered in LEDs. They have these like catch poles that you would use on stray dogs, and they start grabbing these fairies by the neck, and then
man catchers, what the fuck?
Yeah, they take these fairies and start jamming them into cages. It's just pure chaos. Everyone is freaking out and running away. One of the men presses his earpiece and is like, "The reality aberrant has been secured." Yes, sir.
Reality aberrant?
Yes. And then
God, this is almost as traumatizing as the beginning of Once Upon a Forest.
He says to his other agents, he's like, "All right, operatives, orders are to terminate the rest." And they start gunning down the various little fairies, and you and Brian, you run into some nearby woods, laser beams just barely missing you. And you guys hide behind a tree, and the operatives wearing their suits, they start marching into the forest, and they're like scanning the perimeter, trying to find where you guys went. There's a figure that you see. He's like in his 40s. He's got curly red hair and a poet's beard. He's wearing a duster jacket over his Renaissance doublet. He's plucking some Smurf house type of mushrooms off of trees, and he sees all this stuff going down, and he approaches you guys. Brian darts off, sprints into the woods. That's the last you would ever see of him. You try to follow, but the guy like grabs onto your shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, little dude, don't freak out. My name's Hair Flax. I'm gonna help you out." He takes the mushrooms and he starts chomping on them, and he cracks open a bottle of Tropicana and chugs it. One of the operatives spots you guys and starts firing. The Hair Flax gets hit in the shoulder, and then he puts his fingers on his temple, and then this guy, just his suit crumbles into dust, and it just withers away, and then he becomes a skeleton, and then his skeleton becomes dust, and then he blows away in the wind. A second operative, comes out and is about to fire. Hair Flax just gives him a finger, and then his gun just explodes, taking him out.
Wait, I see this dude just get blown to giblets as like a child?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Another operative, they start approaching you guys, And
Hair
Hairflex,
flags.
he takes out a little Mylar bag. He's got a single pressed pill. It's in the shape of Rick's head from Rick and Morty, and he's like about to take it himself, but then he thinks again and he stops and he's like, here, kid, take this. It's gonna wake you up. It'll keep you safe. And you pop it, and then, you know, Hairflax, you start fading away. Hairflax like starts running away into the woods trying to fight off these guys, and then dissolve, and then we dissolve to a horn, and then there's headlights blaring, and you're in the middle of the street in the middle of the night on Broad Street. A car is about to run you over. There's some punks in a nearby alley, one of them wearing an ROTC shirt, and he sprints out in the middle of the road and pulls a Yu Yu Hakusho, and he pushes you out of the way, saving you, and he takes like a bad hit, but you know, he doesn't die. He's just pretty battered and bruised. Another punk like...
I thought you meant he was hitting me with the spirit gun.
No, I'm talking about the intro where he saves a kid from a car. He pushes you out of the way. He saves you. You know, you see that you still have retained this necklace from what you thought was a dream, though now you're not sure. And then we cut to black, and then we begin our last time previously on Immanetize the Eschaton. You've just received this flyer in the wind when you took a walk at night, and it's signed from Hairflax telling you to meet him at the Strawberry Mansion Bridge. Tells you, like, don't bring your fucking cell phone, and, you know, make sure to bring that book that you stole from me. And then...
I forgot that I'd seen Hairflax before. Well, time to get my red hot chili peppers on, because I'm going under the bridge downtown. Just kidding. Strawberry Mansion is not under... it's not downtown, folks.
Were there any preparations that you wanted to do before you headed over there?
I would definitely, if I'm going to Strawberry Mansion, the, like, most scary part of the city of Philadelphia, I would like some type of defense. I'm also keeping that book on me from now on, and definitely reading that on the bus on the way there. Plus, you know, some basic accoutrement, wallet, keys. Gonna take the bills out of the wallet, though, and stuff them in a separate pocket in case I get mugged. I still got my trusty lighter from a friend.
You make your way to the bridge. You see, like, just waiting by the side, Hairflax, he's like smoking a cigarette. You meet up with him. He's like, hey, well, I'm sure you've got a lot of questions about what's been going on recently.
That's putting it fucking lightly.
Not to worry. I'm gonna, well, I don't know if I'll necessarily put you at ease, but I'll at least inform you of everything that I can. He's like, but look, we're not safe here. But I do have a place that we will be safe at. And he says, like, all right, get ready. And he starts like doing some stretches. You can see that he's taking a position. He's ready to like just dive off the top of this bridge right into the Schuylkill. You guys are maybe like 100 feet up, so this is a very likely and or potentially lethal.
Hairflax, what the fuck are you doing? I risked everything to come here. My friend's in prison. We gotta get him out. I thought you could help.
Hey, yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna help you with whatever I can. From here on out, consider me your mentor and you my apprentice. So, look, I'm gonna teach you the ropes of some things first, and I'm gonna give you everything you need to save your friend yourself. All right, but it's going to require trust. Okay, we are going to have to put an infinite amount of trust into each other. And if you're not ready for that, you're never gonna save your friend.
It's pretty hard for me to trust a man who suddenly sounds like the tutorial guy from Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, but God, I guess I don't have a choice. I'm already here. So what the hell do we do?
All right, come on. He is like putting his hand on your back and is like going to push you into the river.
Wait, no.
And then you guys, I guess, do you think your character just makes a very ugly tumble, or do you like make any attempts for a Assassin's Creed eagle
But
dive.
does he push me or does he like leap off holding me?
I guess what do you are you more voluntary or do you try to resist?
I am not going to be jumping off of a bridge without any reason to think that like that's a safe thing to do
Okay.
or a reason why to do it.
Then he's holding on tightly and forcing
Oh.
you down with him.
Son of a bitch!
And you guys impact the water. It just what should have like just bursted your internal organs and left you to die, but seemingly you are alive and well. And you got he's like continuing to hold on to you. You can see he is swimming, doing like a breaststroke just directly down into what looks like a wound at the bottom of the river, like a crack that leads into an inky black dark abyss, and it like looks like it's pulsing, just slowly opening and closing. There's like bubbles coming out of it, almost as though it's breathing.
Am I drowning?
Yep, you are. Yeah, you
Oh my God.
are taking in water. Just hair flax just continues to like hold it onto your clothes and it's just forcing you into.
Oh, yeah, I'm thrashing like crazy then.
Yeah, you're absolutely trying to fight your way out.
Floundering, if you will.
Hair flax just forces you down. You're like, you slowly, like your consciousness fades as you're like unable to thrash around any longer, and your body just sort of goes limp and your vision goes black. And then
What do I see when I wake up next?
you are in this, like, yeah, I guess your vision, your consciousness slowly returns. You're still underwater, and your natural reaction is to like gasp for air, and water just continues to fill your lungs, but in some almost as though there's like oxygen in the water or enough for you to breathe. You are able to just return to consciousness and stay alive, and you're somehow not drowning. You see this like infinitely long corridor in front of you. There are these bricks that look like they are made out of compacted bone. Inscribed in the bricks, you see there are triangle shaped chisel marks, as though it's like cuneiform.
So it's a hallway filled with bone bricks?
Yes. Yeah. And
Like
it's all
like
entirely
they're like white bricks, essentially?
off-white, maybe.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a catacomb situation where like there's just like bones like lining the walls.
Yeah, it's like a mix of things. There's like skulls and bones like sort of just stuck in the walls as well.
All right, I've definitely been in shops like this before that have, you know, where they got the really weird oddities.
Yeah, you see, it's almost like in the shape of like a giant like rib cage that's like encasing you guys. You're able to get like enough air in your system that you're able to speak, and Hair Flax says to you, "Welcome to my domain," or perhaps I should refer to it as our domain now. This is the labyrinth of Thulati. And
Thalati?
yes, he tells you, like, all right, look, for as long as you're out there, out in the world, you're never truly going to be safe. You're always going to have to be watching your back, because there's going to be people out there who want what you have. But as long as you're in here, you are safe and you're in good hands.
Am I? This looks. Are those bones? Wait, who built this?
These are... You are inhabiting a realm of the construction of my mentor before me and his mentor before him. It's an infinitely under construction place that does not exist in our real world. It exists in a realm of spirit. We refer to it as the Umbra, the greater whole of this dimension. If you've read up on your Hegel, he might have referred to this as either the Weltgeist or maybe has a greater whole, the zeitgeist.
So it's the Twilight Zone. Got it.
You can, yeah, that's a safe way to think about it for now. It's a lot to take in, I understand, but in due time you will come to understand its more full, encompassing nature. These bones have been taken from that fight between Marduk and Tiamat, the first great war between those cosmic manichaeistic forces of true, pure, good law and order, and evil and chaos and destruction.
Is what'd you call it? Tiamat? Is that in the room with us now? Is that what these bones are? They look like what the hell could this even be? Like a whale at some point?
Well, Tiamat exists both as the ocean we are in and as of the creature that these bones are constructed of. They're both one and the same. Again, believe you me, it took me a while to figure out when I first started learning about all this stuff too. It's not going to come to you in a day.
I thought like Tiamat had like 5 heads.
Look, there are other people like ourselves who have been gifted with these abilities. They are called mages. And again, it's going to take a while for that to really sink in, but there are those out there who have existed who have tapped into this collective unconscious, who've been trying to inform the sleepers, the masses of humanity, and they have done it in the form of putting in these references of culture to try to create a more grand awareness to the masses. They've put in these symbols.
Telling me Harry Potter is real right now?
And archetypes. And there's a possibility, although I suspect Harry Potter itself, that one may be more of a corruption of our true.
I don't know, man. It
grander
sounds like you're
reality.
describing muggles right now. I don't mean to be disrespectful to you in your cool bone cage fortress of solitude here.
I would say if Muggles is the cultural unconscious archetype of those who are the fools, the asleep, who are currently unaware of the grander existence as a whole, as if that is useful to you, then think of it that way.
All right, so let me see if I got this. You're telling me that there's people with incredible abilities to bend reality to their goddamn will, and nobody knows about it except for, like, how many people are we talking? Like, it's got to be more than you and me. Like, why doesn't, if magic's just been on the table this whole time, why doesn't more people know about it?
Well,
You know,
okay.
except for everybody's worst uncle.
Answer one question at a time. The amount of people, there's no hard number known by anyone. Some suspect it's maybe 1 in a million, although that is a very broad guess. As for why the grander reality as a whole does not know about it, that's because there is an organization that has existed since the first civilizations have come to form, that have demanded control and oppression of the masses. And if they were aware of the true possibilities of what they could conceivably do to influence the world, this organization would be at great risk. And they have been behind every single technological development that has occurred, every world government, every military, every system of communication, every satellite that flies in the sky, every piece of math that we are aware of, even science and every experiment that has been done. They have been behind everything.
Well, so the Illuminati is real and they don't want people to do magic? Well, then how do they run things if people can just do magic? Wouldn't the guys that just do magic tell them to fuck off?
Well, the ability for people to influence the world of magic is based off of the consensus of the greater whole. Every time a mage like us wants to question reality and use our ability to understand that we are not dictated strictly by the rules of logic and science, there is the inertia of the weight of 8 billion gallons of belief that press back against us. Each time we act against that consensus of those 8 billion, there is an experience that will prevent you from using your magic. For our purposes, we will call this the paradox of consensus that will try to stop you from using your magic. And this greater organization, once they were called the Order of Reason, now we refer to them as the Technocracy. They have controlled and carefully shaped and formulated this consensus and this belief of these 8 billion people to reinforce and strengthen their, what we will call their paradigm, their rules that they wish to enact and instill on reality as a greater whole.
I always knew that Peter Thiel sucked, but are you telling me tech bros are reshaping the entire world?
Exactly, they are. And if we let them succeed, well, let me just say that there is actually a greater war going on. Just as before humanity, before consciousness, when the first slug crawled out of the primordial sea and evolved its way into being the first ape and evolved its first understanding that there was a reality that it was a part of, that it was experiencing, and that it had the ability to question, we began the first phase of humanity, a phase we are currently still in. But just as there was something before that consciousness, there will be something after that consciousness, a second phase of whatever will follow whatever shape humanity forms in the future. And the technocracy is trying to dictate and determine the shape of what will follow the ascension of humanity. And if the technocracy wins, I don't know exactly what it will look like, but something akin to maybe 1984, Brave New Worlds, flesh shapes that act as machines and do exactly as they are told, clockwork mechanisms that work on assembly lines all day, every day, where there is no chaos, there is no free will, no freedom. Everyone does exactly as they are deemed, and we are to approach a mechanistic world of pure productivity and pure efficiency.
So the Sam Altmans of the world get to turn themselves into like AI infomorphs, and the rest of us are just biodiesel.
Exactly. Yep. We are nearing, not to freak you out, but we are nearing the end of the Ascension War. I can see they are taking their ideas, their belief that there is going to be this AI that follows humanity. As Peter Thiel, I'm sure you may have seen the quote that he does not wish for humanity to persevere, that he does not think that it is in the best interest of reality for that to continue to exist. We will all be replaced by predictive algorithms. But
well, fuck that. What do we do? Where's our side? Like, I see you, and like I get the gist of the Illuminati is like backing all the governments of the world. Where's if there's a war, you can't have a war with only one side, right? Where's the other guys?
there is a second side. They call themselves the Traditions. They are made up of all of those systems of belief that do not coincide with this modern conception of pure efficiency and order and reason. The traditions are made up of those ancient believers, of the indigenous shamans, the pagans of the druidic cultures, the various orders of the East Asian influence and ancient mysticism. There are not many of them that exist left, but the few that do have gathered in a council that they meet together and try to do what they can to influence humanity, inform humanity, and try to steer the direction of the ascension of humanity away from a lack of free will. They are unified in a belief that each human should be free to choose their own direction of their own ascension. It is their goals to awaken humanity as a greater whole.
Well, I mean, when you say it like that, it doesn't sound so bad. At first, it seemed like you made it sound like our options were like techno-fascists and crazy religious zealots.
Unfortunately, you're catching on. The traditions themselves, I have my reservations about. They are led primarily by the strongest of their groups, the Order of Hermes. They wish to return the world to an order of perhaps not fueled by pure mechanistic production, though I fear that they may have an entirely more traditional view of a future of humanity that might be as equally horribly fascist in my view of things. They have a view of returning to kings who are led by courts that have their own Merlin type of wizards, and the masses of humanities are feudal servants that serve them. I do not think that humanity is best led in their direction either, so I don't trust those traditions either.
Yeah, you're really selling me on it. It sounds like we're screwed.
Well,
So who's our side then? Just you and me?
I'm trying to gather friends and allies. I can introduce you to one of our friends, though I will tell you, our side, I'm not going to lie, it is bleak. Although, as long as we have this ability to question and shape those rules set by either side, we have our own chance to change reality to what we deem that humanity should have available to them. And I've sensed in you, in particular, a strong destiny, a strong smith who will be able to shape reality in their will. And I think under very careful direction, you may just have the ability to shape the entire future of the Ascension War into what we have a desire for.
How do I know which things will get hit by this, what did you call it, paradox? And which things would actually work? Like, is my book any... My book! And I'm gonna go and try and, like, grab my book because I'm terrified that it got soaked and ruined in the Schuylkill. On top of being polluted as fuck is also literally water.
Yeah, you open it up and it's a bunch of these, I think, nearly incomprehensible stanzas and verse of poetry of this extremely emo Lord Byron, who is waxing poetically of just how cruel the world is and just this cynical hopelessness of how sad every single person is. And oh, woe is me, the Ottomans are enslaving the Greeks, and oh, those poor ancient, we need to return to those great ancient Greek ideals.
Oh no, he's hit me with return with a V. Not that, anything but that.
And Hairflax is like, no, 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 here. And he takes a drag from a cigarette. You can see he's not a cigarette, well, but a spliff. Is that what you call it when it's half cigarette, half weed?
Yeah,
He
it's hand rolled, yeah.
blows it onto the book, and you can see all of those words disappear and is replaced by something as equally incomprehensible to you, but it is now all these alchemical symbols and circles with platonic shapes drawn inside them, a square and a triangle and a circle, and all
Oh
of
my god, we've gone from Lord Byron to full Henry Percy.
he tells you that, like, again, this is going to take much research on your part, but when you are capable of understanding all the things in these book and how they relate to all the different views of reality that everyone else has, when you've perfected the synchronicities between all these different viewpoints, you will be able to have a stronger ability to shape reality. So until then, it is important that we keep you safe, and until you have mastered every passage in this book and can cite it from memory like the back of your hand.
So, you've definitely given me a lot to think about here, Hairflax, but I don't even have a way to decode this. It's just like random symbols. I don't have like a Rosetta Stone, you know what I mean? Wait, do they make a Rosetta Stone for this? Oh god, is that made by those technocracy guys too? But anyway, my friend is in jail now, and my friends are in danger now. They threaten them.
Your friends are in danger. That is true. And saving all the sleepers, the masses of humanity, is our ultimate goal. And we will do everything in our power to ensure their safety. Your friend who is in jail, unfortunately, these members, these servants of the technocracy, hold these places of oppression as some of their strongholds. In order for us to get in there and in order to save him, we are going to have to become true masters of all the things in that book. It is not until you become much more powerful in your ability to shape reality will you have all the tools necessary to break in there and get him out. As for...
But how far can we change reality then, if we're fighting against all this paradox stuff?
Well, for as long as we are in the mundane, common world, our ability to shape reality is particularly limited. Because again, as long as we have that inertia of the belief of the billions pressing back against us, the rules and the strictures of the logic that everyone follows there will fight back against you. And if you attempt to perform particularly vulgar effects against reality, consensus will fight back against you and try to maintain basic coherency within everyone's belief and potentially even kill you, depending on how far you try to stretch your anti-beliefs against the consensus. But as long as we are in this realm of the Umbra, the people who inhabit this earth have no such strong consensus of mundane common logic. Your ability to perform magic is nearly limitless and based exclusively off of the knowledge that you have in your understanding. As for how will you learn the meanings of all the things in that book, you are going to have to go to the various cultures of the various people who perform magic in order to understand their ways of thinking, in order to get a grander ability to utilize everything that is written inside there. I'm going to be very limited, unfortunately, in my ability to teach you what is written in this book.
Seems like a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it.
Not at all.
Are we able to do that here in the Umbra? Does like time pass here in this Twilight Zone place like it does in the normal world?
It, it changes depending on which realm you're in and a multitude of other factors, although this is a realm, this labyrinth of mine that we are in is closer to being on this side of stasis and is therefore a slower changing of time, passing of time than in grander reality as a whole. But as for what can you learn in this reality, in the Umbra, we are not at great threat by the forces of the technocracy, although all of those negative and dangerous, unconscious archetypes of humanity exist in this plane and can harm you here, and should you die here, you will die in reality, and all of this will be for naught. That is
All right, a little bit of Elm Street going on. I got you, Hairflex.
true, very much.
Die in the dream, you die for real. So wait, is my body back in the real world, or how does that work?
You are
we here?
We inhabit both worlds at once. We are currently sunk at the bottom of a river, lifeless and unbreathing. But as long as our spirits, whenever we are done in this realm and we return, we will be able to inhabit our bodies again. We will be brought back to life, and we will be able to continue to exist. Now,
You're not making it easy for me, Hairflex. I gotta tell you.
no, this is going to take a lot of work on your side. You will have to be very strong. And the first step in this journey is going to have to be to commune with your avatar. That is your spirit, if
My avatar?
yes, who exists in this realm physically, cannot exist in mundane reality. Every human has an avatar, although for the masses it is kept dormant by the crushing weight of consensus. Although something has occurred to you that has caused your avatar to awaken, no one is truly certain how an avatar awakens, and if they tell you that they do know for a fact, they're lying to you. Do not trust them. But we suspect that it is some combination of experiencing some sort of psychological trauma and or causing your synapses to rewire in the mundane world, and your avatar potentially experiencing something similar in their world of the Umbra at the same time that you both exist in places where the gauntlet is thin. The gauntlet is our word for the barrier that separates the Umbra from reality.
Why do we call it the gauntlet and not just the barrier?
Well, because we need to, I don't keep things esoteric, I guess. Not even I am fully aware of the full intricacies of all the inner workings of this world. I am
So there's only
still
certain parts
learning.
where you can pass through to get to the Umbra?
Some places where it is easier, some places where it is harder.
So you can pass through anywhere.
Given you have the resources and the skills necessary, conceivably, yes.
Okay. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't, like, try wherever then, just to, if I'm able to. I'll have to keep that in mind.
You can try wherever, though, if your magic presses back against consensus, it may backfire and end up harming you.
So is that why we can't just go and get Rico out of that prison cell?
Largely, yes. That is why.
You're killing me here, Hairflax. I'll tell you what, if you can help me find a way to at least buy us some time, I'll be your guy, whatever you need to try and figure this out. I hope you can bear with me. This is kind of hard to accept.
It is a lot, I understand. Again, in due time, you will learn and it will be easier to accept. And as for now, the first step towards you gaining knowledge will be getting closer and more in tune with your avatar. If you meditate here, you will be able to see him and have a meeting with him, and he can inform you of the next steps you will have to take to gain more understanding.
I'm just supposed to sit here and breathe slow in the middle of creepy bone Hogwarts until some magic thing that I can't even name is going to show up.
Exactly.
I have relax. The last time somebody started talking like this to me, they had to go straight edge afterwards, so they had to get them sent to a hospital.
You know what? Who knows? Maybe we are crazy. Maybe we are in a mental asylum right now. It's possible. And you have to keep that potential world that we might be living in as a real concern, as a real possibility. Again, the most important thing you can do is be open-minded.
Open-minded?
That's what all of this is really about.
Open-minded, if you say so. So, what do I just like sit here and think real hard?
If anything, the complete opposite. You need to sit there and remove everything from your mind and think of absolutely nothing, beyond nothing, where nothing is not even a concept that your brain is conjuring.
All right, if you keep us safe, I'll see what I can do. And I guess I'm just gonna like sit down, do the folded legs like it's elementary school, and make an effort to try and meditate, which I don't think is something Sid has ever done before. Not his sort of lifestyle.
No, I
Not really in tune with his emotions as much. Actually, he's pretty empathetic, come to think of it.
true.
But it's more interrelating with other people. He's not so much in a state of inner peace. He more just knows what he's about.
Yeah. Okay, let's get a check. What do we think? Well, you do have a dot in meditation. So let's say avatar plus meditation.
Oh, so I do.
All right. So yeah, let's say 6 dice, difficulty 6.
There we go. Oh.
Okay. Complete botch. So I think this just takes a particularly long time.
I'm sitting there, I'm meditating, and I'm just not getting it.
Yeah, I think the cost of this is going to be that you lose 2 temporary willpower as you lose supreme quite a fair amount of confidence in yourself and your ability to do any of this.
I have an existential crisis, like just trying to wrap my brain around this.
Yeah, and it's not until you like fully panic and eventually come back that like you hit that point where you just have every worst possible thought about everything you've just learned and all the bleaked doomness of your situation and just how horrible everything is.
It is pretty hard not to feel screwed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a pitch, if you'll indulge me.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. So as I'm losing this willpower, I am feeling down in the dumps. All seems lost. There's an evil technocratic conspiracy that's been around since the dawn of human civilization. That's got its, the heel of its boot on the throat of humanity forever. Is there any way? And I'm not sure if I have this right, but can I pull on my devotional resonance to try and see myself through by just, instead of clearing my head, kind of channeling my dedication to wanting to protect my friends and loved ones? Is that how that works? Sort of? Do we get like a reroll, maybe some extra dice or something?
I will certainly allow that as your mode of thinking. I will just say like mechanically, resonance is for altering the difficulty of spells.
Oh, that's what resonance is for. Never mind. That's probably part of the botch.
Yeah, still trying to figure out the full extents of this magic thing. Yeah, but I think that's ultimately like flavor-wise what happens is you're like just full nihilistic pure hopelessness, but eventually you're just like, well, I've got literally no other option than to hope and to believe for the sake of protecting my friends. So I guess that's just like what I have to do.
Yeah, we bring it back around to grim determination.
Yeah. And sure enough, eventually the knight, like as you like have your eyes closed, he just like approaches in your closed eye vision.
Like I hear him like clanking up in front of me, or like in my mind's eye as my eyes are closed, like I see an image and it is the knight approaching.
I was gonna say in your mind's eye you see that, but I prefer the drama of actually you hear the clinking of the armor first.
All right, and then I just open my eyes and
all of this is still occurring in your mind's eye. You hear the clinking of the armor, and before you, a visual tapestry begins to unfurl in the style of like a medieval painting with all the like horrible proportions and horrible perspective. And you see a hospital room, and you see that there is a depiction of that homeless man that had assailed you last session, and he is like handcuffed to the bed, and you can see there's like a psychiatrist like next to him and like opening a bottle, and it's like he's like speaking words, and there's this dialogue of like, oh yeah, all this talk of witches and vampires, you must learn it is all in your head. And he like, here, take this, and like the homeless man like takes the pills and washes it down with water, and
at least they don't have him on an IV.
Sure, yeah, I guess not right now.
He's taking it willingly. It's good to know.
It would be too difficult to depict in this tapestry form. I guess, yeah. I guess it's also. It's like one of those things where it's like scene by scene by scene by scene, like one image as it like rolls by.
Okay, so it's like the Bayeux tapestry of just like the homeless man getting drugs and he's downing them.
Yes. The first one you see is like, it reads like Kindred Hospital, and you hear a voiceover by your avatar, and he tells you like, I am to send you on a seeking. And this is how you will gain your power once you have proven yourself worthy. And no true knight errant is worthy without his squire. And your squire is in danger. He is in need, and he is lost. And you must go forth and save him from this prison that he is trapped in. This
How do
dungeon.
I keep him from shooting me, though?
And you will have to convince him. Worry not, through fate, through it is your destiny. Trust in your destiny. You must be true to yourself and true to your quest. There is no room for doubt.
Who are you to tell me what my destiny is? You're the guy with the thing, with the...
I am you,
so
and you are I.
All right, I got it. I am you as you are me, and you are we, and we're all together. I'm here. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I think.
And with that, you have this whole vision. Well, I guess not a vision quest, just a vision, and then a vision quest giver. And you open your eyes, and we have the whole zoom out, and you're back, and then like Hair Flax has just been sitting back, like just smoking. Yeah, you come to consciousness, and he's like, so, we've been sitting here for quite a while. Got anything yet?
Apparently I gotta go and save the crazy bastard who tried to shoot me. He is supposed to be my squire, apparently. I don't know how that's supposed to work, but that is what the magic armored guy said.
Yeah, well, that
reasonably certain that's the avatar. I don't know for certain, but that's the vibe I'm getting so far.
Well, all right. There's a little bit of an unwritten code among us mage types. A mage is really not supposed to interfere in another mage's seeking when your avatar goes forth and tells you to do something, even if you
Oh, come on.
despise that mage and he is your rival, because you never know if by the end of his seeking, he is going to have successfully succeeded in that change of his perception that has him come in more alignment with your perception.
Oh, for God's sakes, Hairflax, do you hear yourself right now? You sounded like the asshole blacksmith in every video game who's like got the world burning down around them but still wants to like sell you gear at the final mission.
All right. Well, do you want me to come with you?
Well, I mean, it's not like I know how to do magic yet. Like, I mean, we got to get this guy out of here, right?
All right.
You know, maybe part of my quest is figuring out how to make the most of the relationships of my life to help save this guy. I don't know, man. I'm doing my best out here. There's been a lot. It's been a really hard day. My friend's arrested. I've been shot at. I have to go and save the guy and forgive him for shooting me, and then also convince him not to shoot me an additional time, which I cannot stress you enough is a serious concern of mine.
I like.
Also,
you're putting me in a tough spot because there's literally nothing more that I want in the world than for you to succeed. Although if I interfere with your seeking, your avatar, I may not know how they are going to react. And if they react poorly, then that might put everything in jeopardy. Although I suppose I am being put in a contradiction, because if I am to interfere in your lack of, I suppose I want to support your ability to exercise your free will and to make your own choices. So
can you at least get me to Kindred Hospital? I don't even know where that is. Have you ever heard of this, Kindred Hospital?
I think I might have passed by it before. I think we can get you there.
Is that part of the Jefferson Network?
I'm not.
Is that St. Luke's?
I do not know.
All right.
But look, we really don't have time to waste. And it's like, all right. And he's like, you guys head out through the entrance that you came in through. You come back out through this river and swim up.
Start drowning again. Oh, we're able to swim? Okay.
Well, no, yeah, but yeah, you guys are. I guess actually, no, I guess, yeah, you guys don't swim. You guys just kind of like wash up on shore, and just like when you return to consciousness, you're just like coughing out water as you're just like totally drenched and just like on this like rocky beach.
I'm just glad stray cats aren't eating me. You know, I heard they'll do that.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those cats. City cats especially, they're dangerous. I got a fight with one a little while back over a can of tuna. But, okay. Let's get you to that hospital. I think Hairflax has got like one of those, I don't even know what you call it, the like classic Volkswagen, like the Woodstock van, like painted with like peace symbols, and it looks like the Electric Mayhem sort of paint on it, and you know, rainbows and stuff. You guys drive, and he gets to the hospital. I guess he says like, all right, look, well, I'm here for you again. This is supposed to be your quest, so if you believe in your quest in your heart of hearts that I am a part of that, then I am here to help you, although I think it's for the best if you do this on your own.
Killing me, Hairflax. All right, fine. Fuck it, fine. I'll do it. You'll see. It's gonna be tough, and you're gonna feel really bad about it that you could have been way more helpful in this entire process. You know, messing up my whole life, telling me that the whole world's in danger, and then like not just taking me to the bottom of the Schuylkill. You couldn't even pick the nice grip. You know. All right, I'll do it. I'll do the thing. You'll see. Here, I swear to God, Hairflax, don't leave. I'm gonna need a ride. In like, at some point, don't leave. And I'm gonna get out of the what is it, a van?
Yeah.
As long as it's not like a two-door sedan or something really small, or sedan. So how's this hospital looking? How's it? Is this like a well-to-do place, or is this like on its last leg type of hospital?
I would say the former. It's it's not like an emergency room hospital. It's more of like a psychiatric and or geriatric type
Oh,
of
it's like a.
hospital.
Well, those are. I'm not even gonna get into that. But the okay, so it's like a it's like the Norristown like crisis center essentially,
No,
like a place
it's
where like you're taken if you're like an inpatient facility.
more so like dementia patients, Alzheimer's.
Oh, so it's like a hospice sort of like care.
Closer to hospice, yeah.
All right. I'll make my way to the lobby. Is it crowded in there? Am I able to get to like? Is there a guy working the front desk? Is this like normal business hours? I know I'm hitting you with a lot of questions at once.
I would say, but if you want to have waited, you definitely can approach this at any time that you want. If there was any amount of like research or anything you wanted to do beforehand, these are all the possibilities of things you can do that would be available to you. I would say when you guys got out of the lake, you guys jumped into the river at like midnight. You spent maybe like a full night in there, maybe like an hour passed or two. You came out, so you guys probably washed up on shore at like 2 a.m. And so you guys probably got here at like 2:30 a.m. But if there's anything you want to do beforehand, or if you just want to like sleep and wait until it is regular business hours, however you want to approach it.
Well, I guess when I get out, I'm gonna get on a bench under a street light, and since I'm stuck here for a few hours anyway, and places aren't really open like they used to be, not since the pandemic, because it's the world of darkness and everything sucks even more. You can't get your 3 a.m. cheesesteak and loose cigarettes. I'm going to be flipping through the grimoire trying to find something useful and getting increasingly frustrated as none of these symbols make sense until a loose page falls out. It looks like a magazine ad, like the likes of which is some shit that you would see in the back of like an old comic book from the Silver Age.
Okay.
And on it, it says, "Build it yourself spectrometer." Is this or I'm sorry, spectroscope. I misspoke. Does this make sense? Or do you know what that would be, Joe? Does that mean anything to you?
Okay, I'm aware of this. This may be the very beginning of a long line of debates and arguments that Mage is classically famous for between DMs and players, though. I don't think this would exist in your grimoire.
I'm just as Sid is just as confused as you are that this is in here. It's like, what the hell? This doesn't belong in here. He's looking at it before realizing as he looks closer that there's actually some like instructions on it. Like it looks like it was ripped out of like a comic and stuffed in there, like as like a bookmark.
Let me. I think how maybe I could justify this is you have your 1 point of library, so maybe your 1 point of library was a comic book collection. You have a.
Can I explain what I'm going for if you'll indulge me, and then maybe we can work backwards from there?
I understand, but go for it.
All right, I'm trying to say that like the instrument of the grimoire in that reciprocal reality sort of relationship results in me finding like a means that I can comprehend to build a little lens like the like if you remember the Soldier in Death, like something that lets me see and talk to like a ghost or interact with one.
Yeah, that's
it would be like spirited entropy, I'm thinking.
Definitely a spirit effect. I will say
I'm not looking for it to last more than like a scene, so I'm hoping that doesn't make it count as like a wonder.
No. This definitely is an instrument. I think my rationalization, all I'm saying, I don't think there would be a comic book page inside the grimoire, but I think you could conceivably have a comic book like collection. You could have like a comic book on you that is separate from the grimoire. This will be foreshadowing for a future session. It is a old pulp magazine, The Adventures of Doc Eon. But you know, you see a guy, he's got like his open shirt, he's got like an 8-pack abs that could only exist on the cover of like a like 20s 30s pulp magazine. But yeah, you see like a page in there for like a 5-cent spectrometer or something, and you're able to devise from this.
Or what if I see in the grimoire something that looks like instructions on how to build such a thing, having remembered like seeing like ads for such like nonsense of like a fake version from like comics in my past, whether I have the pulp on my person or
Oh,
not.
okay, yeah, actually, let's go with that. I think
And then
that
it's
that
like,
sounds
oh,
good.
I've seen something like it's like, holy shit, what's that? I've seen one of these before.
Yeah.
Are these instructions?
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Actually, no. Okay, exactly. Yeah. You see a page in the grimoire, and you like see like symbols and such that click like a neuron synapse connection. You're like, wait a second, that reminds me of this thing that I saw in this magazine. And you're able to make that connection, and that's how you're able to do this effect using the grimoire as an instrument. Okay, so
so
Mhm.
I'm not sure how to go about building the damn thing, or is that what the check is for, to build it in the way that it works?
I would say that this isn't even a thing that you build. Well, conceivably it could be, but I think that would make more sense for more of a gadgety kind of guy. I think it could be like you like just looking through. It could be like you picking up your amulet and literally like looking through it.
I've got a pitch.
Yep.
What if the bits that I find that are important that you don't see on a normal one of these, like, bullshit devices that, are used to, like, rip off kids? There's some certain, like, old symbols on it that are, like, arranged in a certain sort of way on the, lens itself.
Yeah.
I recognize them and kind of put together, oh, okay, I guess this is, if I put these in this order in this way, it can let me see something important, I hope. And then I'm going to take a little bit of masking tape, get my hands on it somehow, some way.
Okay.
Maybe take some, like, rummage through like a nearby dumpster for like a little bit of tape and like some office supplies. I'm going to write them on each little bit of like ripped paper and tape them in the same pattern on my phone to
Well,
use the
you don't have
camera
your
on my
phone
phone.
on you.
I don't have my phone on me. God damn it.
Very specifically, at the very beginning of the session, Flash is like, "Do not bring your phone." So I guess can see if I
Kill me,
do you
Hairfly.
want to have brought your phone, because you can. I will say that will introduce potential complications. But if you want to have your phone, you can have your phone.
It's not that deep. I will instead shoplift some reading glasses from like a 24-hour CVS or like equivalent store, like a 24/7 pharmacy that has like little reading glasses on the on sale. You know, the
Okay.
ones where they have the set prescriptions. And then I'm gonna write the symbols on like tags and then tape those to the sides of the glasses in the same formation.
Okay.
So you'd have like a little piece of paper like dangling off like the side of the glasses, like here, and like maybe on the center. It looks
Sure.
ridiculous,
All right.
with the goal being to do something useful, whether it's see ghosts or spirits or who's about to die. I'll take whatever I can get.
All right.
And frankly, I don't know how the magic works yet.
Let's take our very first.
And I'm prepared to take extra time to do it as long as I'm able to actually like enter the lobby when it would open.
Sure, for sure. Then we'll have our very first magic roll. So you're gonna have a single D10. This is going to be, well, we'll consider this coincidental. So it's gonna be your sphere plus 3. So it's gonna be difficulty 4. Conceivably.
I like to think most people believe in ghosts anyway.
It's close. But
Does
also,
the rise of internet age conspiracism make magic work better now than it used to like 5 years ago?
like probably yes, but also probably balanced out just broadly by people gaining more education as a whole, and like the downward trend in various like esoteric beliefs.
I immediately forgot for a second that we were using the computer and went to go roll a physical die.
Yeah, so it's a single die. You're looking for a 4 or higher. You can conceivably spend quintessence or willpower. Okay, you succeed. All right, so you're trying to see ghosts.
Ghosts or people who are about to die or something like that.
Well, there's certainly plenty of strong energy of you can sense of people about to die from within the facility.
Yeah, I guess I didn't need
So
anything magic for that.
are you trying to like someone's about to die, so they're gonna like open a back door and like wheel him out on like a gurney and a body bag or something?
Well, I'm thinking
Or
if I can find like some ghosts like hanging out, I can find one who doesn't like that therapist,
okay.
and then just be like, "Hey, I don't know if you maybe have any like unfinished business or anything, but if you can help me fuck with that guy for a little bit, so I can help get my friend out of this awful place, I'll owe you a favor."
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, okay. So
Places are fairly secure. Like they're not easy to get in. Like it's going to be hard just to get through like the front lobby, especially when I tell them, "No, I don't know the patient's name. He was an associate of mine, and I'm hoping to talk to him." You know, he was a neighbor, and I wanted to check in.
hey, like it's not.
Oh, you know what? This will be sleazy of me, but this is probably more likely to work. I'll tell the guy at the front desk that I know the gentleman from a shelter that I volunteer at,
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah,
for the sake of getting in to see him. But that's after we talk to this ghost. Sorry, I'm thinking through the plan in real time.
no. That's all good stuff. That is all perfect. So, yeah, okay. Well, this ghost, we'll say like, yeah, like, oh,
Any wraith will do.
yeah. He's like, oh yeah, oh that psychiatrist. He's one of those Freudian types, and I'm a professor who studied Jung, and I argued day and night with Dr. Gunther, and I'll absolutely like fuck with him in whatever way you need.
I like that
if I
both
get
of
one
their
last chance.
psychotheories are like 50 years out of date. Like
Well,
half a
he's
century
an old
old.
man. He died at like 90 years old, so it
Yeah,
wasn't
but he
old
would have
when he
died
was
recently,
learning.
right? Oh, okay. I guess fair
No,
enough.
I'm assuming he did die recently.
Oh, okay. I learned Jung back in the 70s, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna study theory or so we can develop since then.
Yeah,
All right, what's the name of this ghost? Otherwise, I'm just gonna call him the professor
sure.
and hope that his dementia made him forget his own name.
Yes, yeah, okay. But yeah, that's also a commonality.
'Cause
Wraiths
I'm-
very quickly begin to forget their living lives. The
Oh no, I
details
just
of
feel
their
like you
life.
said he was like a dementia patient, right?
Well,
Like
both of those
when you
things,
become
yes.
a wraith, you don't like remember or like become like it's based on like your point of death, if I remember correctly.
It's based off of like your
'Cause it's
perception
World
of
Darkness.
yourself. I forget what the terminology the Wraiths use to say that, but it's however you imagined yourself for like the majority of your life is how you present as a Wraith at death. But I will say this guy
It's a
does.
nice touch though, making him being really into young, because you know wraiths literally have the shadow as like a thing, like that's like a mechanic in that game. Never mind.
Yeah, they like the. I think you become a specter or a shadow when you go crazy or something. I forget
No,
exactly.
every character has a shadow, so every
Oh.
other player in the group is supposed to play your shadow,
Right. Okay.
and try and like ruin everything you try and do.
That
It's
sounds
literally
right,
like
yep.
Sartre, like hell is other people. The game, it's wild, more so than paranoia.
Yeah. I know
Anyway.
only the surface level stuff about Wraith, but yep, I think all this. Yeah, the professor.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna ask him to see if he can like shut down like the power in like a minute or two after I get in.
Probably
Like, see if he
to
could go
a
in, like-
room. I don't.
I
think,
just need him to like mess with a circuit breaker.
Yeah. I like he could probably do like light flickering. Like I guess are you just trying to get the psychiatrist out of the room?
I am mostly trying to be able to have the security like damaged or disabled so that I can then escape with this guy once I do get to him. But I'm trying to time it in such a way so that I can like keep my gear on me, because I don't want to have to like check my gun at the door or not be allowed in for having a Glock on me.
Yeah.
Which
like, I will
generally
say-
they do not allow you to have that in the building.
But
Like
there's
they have
not
metal
like
detectors.
not here. They don't have metal detect. This isn't like a. This is closer to like a hospital like than it is to a like. You know, it's not
Hospitals
like
have
they.
those. I mean, hey, if infrastructure's that bad, like, you know, it wouldn't be the first institution I've been in that like has them left over but then stopped plugging them in years ago. I have seen and worked in places like that.
Yeah, like I guess it depends on the facility. I will say this is a place like you can just walk into it. It's not like they have like one of those rooms where you go in and they have to like take all your information and then like buzz you in, and like
Well,
it's just like a lobby that you walk into and like could conceivably like just walk into the back, especially if it was like busy. But if you're trying to get
so
like
is this one of those like shitty facilities that like loses patients all the time?
it definitely happens for
Like
sure.
every once in a while, there's a news article about like somebody who just like wandered out because they didn't bother to like hire a guy to make sure that the people don't just, you know, forget that they're supposed to be there and then leave.
Well, yeah, they have like a security guard and like a reception desk, but like you're
But yeah, but like, do they have a
definitely
security guard or like a security guard?
the latter. But I would say
Okay.
definitely through this ghost sort of poltergeist interaction, he will certainly be able to distract the security guard so that you won't have to deal with him.
Thanks, Professor. Your name's going in the book.
Yeah, and he like just like disappears or floats through the wall, I guess.
All right. So, if I don't need to sign in, am I able to just walk through the lobby like I know I'm supposed to be there?
I think you could make like a relatively easy check to do the plan that you had earlier said, to be like, hey, I need to maybe like hi I have like a something I need to drop off for either my grandpa, or like I'm a regular at the church and he's like a person and the like deacon sent me to drop this off. Some combination of those things.
I'm trying to figure out what skill that is for like lying, or do you want to role play it out? I assume manipulation plus something.
Yeah, I think either manipulation. I would probably say subterfuge, potentially
I'll take that.
empathy. I would allow.
All right, I'll do subterfuge.
Okay, so yeah, let's say difficulty 6, 5d6.
Two
Okay.
successes and a nat one.
Yep, so that's still a success. So yeah, I think the receptionist is maybe slightly hesitant. Like they might, but yeah, they let you in. They might like look at you all the way down the hallway as you go down, but they let you get to the room. You're able to tell what room it is from the tapestry that the avatar had revealed to you earlier.
I hit the poor receptionist with the old "nice to see you again" while walking by, so that way it puts them on the back foot, and they're like, "Well, if I stop them and say I don't recognize them, then I look like an asshole," and then I just keep going while they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you have a very like
old American fast
charming
talk.
smile. You're just like, and then yeah, they hesitate for a second as they're like, oh shoot, did I see this person before and I forget them? And then before they can even try to remember who you are, you're already like walking down the hallway.
Exactly. And then hopefully somewhere along that line is when the power goes.
Yeah, there's like a like some like a cleaning person like has their cart that they're pushing, and then like you're like a tumble and like things start scattering, you know, like lights start flickering. A security guard is just like bored, like sitting on his phone, like just gets up and like runs over to this cart and starts like helping clean stuff up.
Oh, they start giving us the full poltergeist. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. You
So I'm trying to be subtle, but am I able to find the guy's room?
yeah, you walk in and you see this guy.
Is
He's in.
the therapist still there?
He is, yes. He's
All
the,
right.
like finishing
Are we
like
the
administering.
only people in the room?
Just you three. Yep.
Okay. Does this guy have a name? Like, is it written anywhere?
Yes. I know his first name is definitely Peter.
Oh, did I hear them like give him a name when they arrested him?
No.
Because I
But
was
he
there when he got
definitely would
picked up.
have like a name written on like a chart somewhere, like in the room that you would be able to see.
Oh, are there any cops? Since he was picked up for a violent offense.
No, but he's handcuffed to the bed.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go straight into the room.
Let's say Mickelson.
Nicholson,
Yep.
brother of Mads, the famous actor.
Yeah, he's of like Scandinavian descent, I think is where those guys are from.
All right, I'm coming into this feeling kind of heated, and a little bit out of sorts. Honestly, could probably use a little bit of therapy myself, given the circumstance. I have been through a lot in the last 48 hours, especially.
For sure. Yeah, you can see that I guess the psychiatrist is kind of like thrown off his composure by what had just like occurred outside in the hallway. So I guess there's maybe like a second where he thinks like, oh wait, are you responsible for this? You can kind of see of concern in his eyes, and he's like, oh, and what relation are you to Mr. Mickelson?
I know him from the neighborhood. Been very concerned about his well-being. Hey, Peter. Hope you're feeling a bit better. I'm here to help, and I do mean that.
I guess let's give me a check to see how this psychiatrist reacts to you, I think. So I think this time I want to say charisma, and then either subterfuge or empathy. So yeah, give me another 5-die check. I guess I'll say difficulty 6 again.
To be clear, my biggest concern is saying what I just said in a way for Peter to know that I'm not like here to murder him in revenge.
He's definitely kind of out of it. He reacts like very slowly. He does not even, it seems like he's got like a glint of like recognition in your face, but he seems more confused than anything else. It doesn't seem like he actually particularly remembers you or the whole interaction you guys had had. He's very doped up at the moment.
Okay.
So really it's mostly just about like getting this psychiatrist out of the room.
Yeah, out of the room. What was that check again?
I was saying charisma plus subterfuge.
So 5 dots.
Yep.
Survey says a 6 and a 10.
Okay. Yeah, he buys it. He's like, all right, well, I've got other patients to administer to. So he like walks out of the room, and it's just you and Pete, and he's like,
probably looking kind of wacky right now in my janky reading glasses.
Sure. Yeah, I guess he's kind of like bleary, and he's like, huh, you look familiar. Do I know you? Actually, maybe I should go more.
The devil's in the details, my friend. But it looks like you and me are needed to do just a little bit of saving the world. Beats rotting away in here, right?
And he tries to sort of push himself up on the bed to get like a better look at you. He says like, wait, no, I do recognize you. I can see you now.
Yeah.
He says like, you are.
I was an enemy, now I'm a friend. Why can't we be friends? No, Peter?
He's like, no. You are Zadkiel. You are the angel that came to Abraham before he killed his son. The angel that stopped him. I see you now. I recognize you. He's like, yes, no, let's get out of here. There is much to be done. And he tries to get up, and he's like, and the handcuffs kind of like stop him.
Hey, hold on, Peter. Though I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take like a flourish of my hands and lean into the bit for a second, and say, "Do you believe in miracles, Peter?"
Of course.
All right. In exchange for the glasses breaking at the end of me doing this, would you let me stretch the absolute limits of this little spectrometer here to try and find like a weak point in the handcuffs as like a 1-dot entropy effect, using the instrument of the spectrometer to find out exactly where to take like a pen left with probably next to his chart, next to Peter's chart, to like wedge in there to like snap it. Maybe it just happens to be made of a cheap set of links.
Yeah, I would definitely allow that. Yeah, give me a 1 dot. Looking for a 4+. You can spend quintessence and or willpower.
For future reference, do I spend the willpower before or after? Also, I rolled an 8.
Quintessence you spend before. That reduces the difficulty by 1. Willpower you spend after. That is 1 automatic success.
All right.
Okay, but you succeed anyway, so it doesn't matter. I think
wedge it in there and then just kind of twist to snap like a lever, essentially.
Yeah, no, yeah, I think that's perfect. Yeah, and he's like, It's like, amazing. You really are an angel. He gets up. He's still wearing like just full hospital gown.
Well, I like to think I'm on their side at least.
And where do you
clothes
guys...
around here, Peter?
No, they took everything of mine, even my old trusty boomstick.
Yeah, well, maybe we can, we might have to take the L on that and get you another one later. Hold on a second, Peter. All right, Joe. Do you know the old prisoner escape trick? The sick prisoner gambit?
A laundry basket?
I said sick prisoner gambit.
I don't know.
All right, that security guard's still outside, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the door and say, hey, can you come in here real quick? The patient's really acting up. I got like one hand behind my back, the other one's opening the door.
Mm-hmm.
We really need your help. I think something might be wrong.
Yeah, where are you going with this?
Second he comes in, one to the back of the head, and then we're just gonna strip him and take his clothes. If we can pull from a more obscure Will the Darkness roll, could you let me roll dexterity and stealth to sneak him?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
It's one of my favorite obscure mechanics from Old World of Darkness. It's also good because I am not very good in a fight.
Okay. Yeah, I guess again he's not expecting it, so I think you got 46. We're looking for 6 pluses.
Hey, a 9 and a 10.
Okay. Yeah. He falls for it. I guess what do you use to clock him in the back of the head?
I don't know if you remember from last session, Joe, but I still have a Glock.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole reason why I wanted to make sure the power was out, because like a metal detector would pick that up.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were going to use like a lamp or something from the room or whatever, but
no. Look, I just got sold on the fact. I just got radicalized on the world being at stake against the most powerful evil institution that I could possibly conceive, not just in general, but also in accordance with my own particular ideology. I can justify a lot right now.
Yeah, no, I think
that's
perfect. That's perfect. I completely forgot you had that on you. No, yeah, you knocked him out.
Once I have a few days off, I'll be able to chill. But right now, I'm feeling kind of heated in the moment.
Yeah,
it's very cathartic.
Pete, takes off the gown, puts on the security guard uniform, buckles up the belt, and you guys are, unless there's anything else you wanted to do in this hospital, you guys are able to just walk right out through the front door.
No, but I will admit that I do imagine the security guard is kind of a chud in my head, so the clothes are probably really hanging loose on Pete. Sure. Very, very baggy, several sizes too big.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's barely convincing enough, but it works.
All right, and we mosey on out of there, and I just whisper to Pete, hopefully he took a minute to brush his hair a little bit so he doesn't look completely unkempt. I'm like, all right, play it cool, until we get 10 or 15 steps out, and then we just start, picking up the pace. Start the car.
Yeah, hair flags, starts the engine. You guys get inside. Yeah,
probably just reeks of cigs.
A voice comes in the back of your mind. Excellent. Your squire is now safe and in your custody. You are now ready to continue your quest. And as the second part of your quest, no knight is truly ready. No knight errant is worthy without his suit of armor. You see a tapestry begins to unfurl in front of you. You see top dollar pawn shop, and inside you see your denim jacket is hanging up on a coat rack.
Not my denim.
Yes.
Well, is that going to be how the next leg of our journey?
Yeah. You know what? I think. And with off? That, you guys. Well, unless you wanted to do anything before heading to that pawn shop.
Oh, I just exclaim fucking. I just need to go buy back my jacket. Then everybody kind of looks at me in the car and just cuts the credits.
Yeah. I think we'll. And next time on Immanetize the Eschaton,